cheat bar will pop up in the top left hand corner. If you're on a console, go ahead and press all 4 shoulder buttons. There will be little controllers on the screen to show you how. I also have a video which goes over the controller controls. Again, I will try, link below if I remember. Once you have this open, type your cheats in. It is bb.moveObjects_on. For some reason, my Sims is not letting me type in it right now. I don't know why. My keyboard is working, but it won't let me type. I will put all of the cheat codes up on screen so you can see what you need to type and how you need to type it, because you need to get it exactly right. And if you are using debug or want to use debug because maybe you only have base game, because this can be fully done at base game, go ahead and type in bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit object. And to get rid of your cheat bar, go ahead and do the same thing again. So for me, Control Shift and C, and if you are on console, all 4 shoulder buttons. Now we can get into the proper tutorial. Starting off with a half wall, you need to make sure your half wall is taller than the child sim. So I think it's 1.5. Yes, 1.5 is taller than a child sim, and this can be done at the shortest wall height. I've got mine set to medium just because I think it looks a little bit better. Short wall height does work. Now you can do this in different shapes, but the easiest way for me is I'm doing a 2x2 room just in this corner. You can do a 2x3 room as well, so it would extend it to here. It just has to fit a bed on. I don't mind that the bed sticks a little bit over the top, but that section where the bed ends, this little square here won't be functional, but I just like the extra space, and this square here is still functional. And then I'm going to do a 2x3, so 3 long, 2 back, so it looks something like this. Like I said, this square here, if I go to my grid, this one here is not functional when you put the bed down. Do bear that in mind, so don't put anything in here later on. This square here, you want to raise the platform, so all you do for that is click on the room, and then don't use this, we are using this. This is the raise platform tool, and we're just going to click it until the platform is the same height as the half wall. I'm also just going to go ahead and throw some stairs on here so your sim can get up. You can use ladders as well if you want. The ladders are just here. If you don't know where they are, just underneath the stairs section. Now you want to decide where you want your door going into here, because we're going to remove that tile. I'm doing it as this middle one, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Don't forget to pin everything, so I'm going to pin these. I'm going to pin the walls here, and you should have something that looks like that. I'm also going to change the trims just because I prefer them in white. If you don't know where trims are, if you go to the walls and empty room section and go 3 down, you have half wall trims. You have a few different options here. I'm just going to change it to this white option, I think. Now we need a single bed, so like I said, I'm just going to put it in this back corner. You can see it doesn't want to snap up to the platform unless I put it over here. So to fix that, just go ahead and raise it. If you don't know how to raise an item, for me, I just press 9, but for some people it is Control and 9. And if you're on a controller, go ahead and hold the 2 shoulder buttons and up on the D-pad. And I'm just going to place that up in this corner. And you can see this will just hang off. And like I said, under here will not be functional because of that. Now you want to decorate in here now. It's just the easiest time to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a couple of chairs in here. Like I said, you can't put anything here unless it is just decorative. So I'm going to put one here and here. Cute. And I'm going to add a couple of rugs in here. A little pink fluffy rug. And maybe do a star one and just size that down so it looks a bit like it's layered. Also add a little stuffed toy in here. Just decorate it as much as you would like. I'm going to size down one of these. Place that in there. Once you've decorated it, leaving this space totally free, you could put a little lamp or something in there. That might be cute and that would work. Go back to your walls and empty room section, and then look at the 5th tool across. It's called the basement tool, and we're going to create a basement under this area. So the basement tool just creates a basement underneath where you currently are, which I love because I hate going down there and trying to guess the room where it is. So the basement tool is great for that. This does only work on the ground floor, because if you raise something up through the basement to a 2nd story, when you're on the 1st floor, you will see it floating in the air. So it does only work on the ground floor, so sorry for that. Yeah, we're going to draw a basement. So you want to start on this corner or this corner, because you can't place a basement where there is a platform. So just start over here. You can put it up against the platform, you just can't start it there. So I'm making it the exact same size as what I've got under there. I'm going to use the Immaculate Shelf. Pick a shelf that matches the flooring as close as possible. So I'm just using this wood one. And if you see here, if I size it up twice, it is the perfect size to fit between this 3 area. If you're doing one smaller, it will just overlap like this. Now we're going down into the basement and we've got our shelf with us sized up, and just take it to the top of the room like this. And now we're going to raise this up 15 times, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, the perfect height. And the other side you don't have to count. Again, just sizing it up twice, bring it to the top, and then you just raise it to the one next to it. And when we come back up, we have a faux floor. Sims cannot walk on this. It is not a real floor. I really wish we had an option where you could have a floor at any height, like a platform, but you could still go under it. That would be like my dream, but it also must put me out of a job because I use the basement trick so often and it would be pointless for most of the things I do. I don't like this, looks a little bit unfinished, so I am going to use an archway in there. There is a specific one that works if you're doing a single doorway. You could make a double doorway and put a double archway there. But if you look, the narrow one is slightly too skinny to fit in here. You can see there's a little gap either side. So you want the simple post and lintel frame, which is base game. Like I said, this can be done base game really easily. And then we're going to go down into that basement, and I know the door is on the front here, so you're just going to raise it up till it meets the top of that shelf. Since you've got the shelf there, it works really well as a guide, and it just looks a little bit more finished. I know it's not perfect. You could put a little awning on here to hide it a little bit more. It's totally optional. And just for a bit of fun, you could have a little open door like you might have seen at the start. So to do that, you do a little diagonal wall coming off that door in the basement. Grab a door which would suit that frame. So this is the same size. Flip it so the handle is furthest away from the door because that's where you would open it. And then I'm pressing Alt, which is free placement, to put it up against the corner and raising it up. It looks like it's sat in the door frame a little bit. Come up, it looks like a little open door. You could leave the top open like this so your Sims could, I know it's not real life and they can't jump down, but it looks like they could just jump down, or you could create a fence around this. There is a couple of ways you could do this. You could use a debug item. There's quite a few fences even if you have base game. I don't think they look quite good, but there's like this one. You could size it down a couple of times and like do a few. So you'd place one, size another lot down, put it next to it. Something like this, like just going along till it fits all the way along. I personally don't like any of the fences that are in debug that are base game, so I'm going to go ahead and use a divider. I really like this divider from Moschino, but there is other dividers that can be used. I don't think there's any flat ones in base game, so that's why a debug fence would be perfect. But I'm going to use this divider. This works if you size it down a few times and you just raise it up, and you would just have to repeat the step over and over until it is fully complete. So you can see I've got a little fence going on there. Now if you want to put any items up here, they won't be functional. Like I said, this is a faux floor. It technically isn't walkable. It's just under here that is functional. They can only walk on the platform side. So anything on here you want as a decorative thing. So I'm just gonna do an example. I'm gonna put a little dollhouse on there, totally decorative only. I'm gonna size it down once because dollhouses are way too big. And you can't just raise it up from here and put it here because it will stop anything under there being functional. So again, it is something we have to place in the basement. I know it's a little bit annoying. It's a little bit easy now we have the shelf there. The shelf is the hardest part, and you would just place it where you want it. So now you just go ahead and decorate however you want. You could add things to the walls, little windows like I did in the start shot, however you want it done. So to fix the lighting, you can see the lighting is a bit weird on here. There's a few different things you can do to fix this. The first one is to remove the basement, and don't just click on the basement and press delete because it will remove everything. You don't want to do that. You want to slide away the basement, and then you can delete the single wall. With this one, you just want to slide it away, and the lighting will be fixed. It'll all be light. Only thing with this is on a night time, everything in here will be really dark, even if the light is on in the room. Because the basement's not there, it mimics the outside lighting. The way to fix that is you keep the basement there and you just place lighting in the basement. So I'd use the same lights that are upstairs because it would make it look a little bit more normal. I don't have any lights up there because it's just an open room, but you could just place a few in there. And if you wanted a little light that is in the room, say you wanted to use this little cute light, which I love using, and you wanted it dangling in that room, you could raise that up and have it dangling inside there. So I'm just gonna place that there. And then when you go up, you will see the little lights in there like that. I know it's not perfect, you'd have to play around with it, but you can place a little light in there. I personally just think it's easy to get rid of the basement. I don't really care about the lighting that much, but that is just me. And yeah, you'll get something that looks like this, and these little couches under here will be functional. I will just show you, sorry the lighting has changed, it is nighttime. I'm gonna get her to sit. She will come and sit under there. She can hug big puds just fine, and she should be able to sit here too. And good, but I'll show you that she cannot use this. Look, she cannot use that. Like I said, anything here is decorative, you just need to put it in the basement. And let's get her to nap and show you that works too. See, that is all totally functional. And that is it for this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!